Hey everyone, Paul Savage from savageuniversity.net here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to find a $1,000 per day product for your brand that you're going to be starting after you watch this video, because it's going to be so motivational and so tactical that you're not going to be able to help yourself. Let's get into it. Let's just start here with a rec that I have for you, short for recommendation. If you're serious about starting a brand, you're going to need to, oh God. You know what? That's what I signed up for when I used a coffee cup as a phone holder. And look, it's still sliding. It's still sliding. So my recommendation for you is that you get Helium 10. There's a link down in the description. I have an affiliate link. You can make money using the tool. You can support the channel by using my affiliate link to get it. Win-win. When you use this tool, I filled it out in a way that we can quickly highlight some of the pros of it. So $3,000 per month in search volume, $100,000 per month max. So that's a minimum and maximum range. Already, just with that alone, we're looking at products on Amazon that have a very specific search volume, and it's a search volume with enough volume to support a brand that sells 25 to 50 units per day, but not so much that you're overwhelmed with overly competitive products that don't make sense to sell. Price range, minimum of 14, maximum of 67. Review count, 1,000. When we've selected to go into the category of tools and home improvement, what I want you to think about here, you already know what your brand is going to be. If you don't, go watch this video right here, because it's, I probably pointed the wrong way. This one, it's somewhere on the screen right now. This is going to show you what you need to do to figure out who your customer is, and then you can figure out what you're going to sell to them. Today we're going to be talking about what we're going to be selling to that specific customer. So let's say that our customer is someone that works from home, right? We'll change it up a little bit. We could use office products as our category, and when we hit search using that category in these filters that I've set up, we're going to get certain things sent back to us in the forms of customer search terms, right? Customers are searching bamboo desk organizer on Amazon an average of 3,150 times per month. Now, when I click over here on this little button and I hit view on Amazon, well, that gives us, too much. That gives us Amazon's search results for bamboo desk organizer. So the cool thing about this is we're now able to get an idea of what currently is on the market and maybe what we need to do to improve what's there. Now you can watch all the differentiation videos you want, all of the products that you want, but I want you to be thinking about one thing: value proposition. What is your value prop? Okay, what is it that you're doing for this customer that isn't already being done already? And don't think of it in terms of what am I doing that's different from my competitor, because there's lots of ways. We could add a toilet paper holder to the back of this thing and hey, it's different, but no one's asking for that and it doesn't apply to the product. It's not adding value to the customer's experience. So think about it from that level. What is the customer going to find more valuable that I do? A few examples of this might be, are they working from home on a specific niche? Are these like people that are doing customer service from home? Are these salesmen from home? Each one of those different groups might have a different need. So ask your customers what they need. And if you don't have any customers yet, create a great brand name, create a great logo, start posting content on social media regarding the area that you're excited to make a brand about, and get real feedback in real time. This is the level that most sellers are never going to do. Most of these sellers are going to go to Alibaba.com, Alibaba Office, it's only $8 for a desk. I can sell it for $300 and make $297 in profit. It's not what we're doing. What we're doing here is we are building a real brand that has a clear vision of what we're selling, who we're selling it to, and what the value we're providing in that market space is. Make it super clear. The way that I like to envision this is if I was pitching this model to, well, not this model, but this brand or this company to a potential investor, and I wanted to sell equity in my brand, how would I explain to them exactly what we're doing for customers, why our business is going to continue to scale, and so on, right? Continuing into the next things that I'm going to be telling you about. So now that we're here, we have a little bit of competitor analysis to do. This is not where you get your idea of what to change for the most part. This is just to get an idea of who's doing what, how much there is in search volume, how much there is in monthly sales volume. This seller does $23,000 per month, and that one is surrounded by the idea of mostly just big drawers. This one is file folders, pretty much mail organizers, file organizers. This one is, so the top 3 sellers in my eyes are completely different, right? This one is more for miscellaneous things. You have your stapler, your tape, your, what are those things called? The little metal things, paper clips. And then we have notepads, etc. This one serves one very specific purpose. It's pretty much just to do the same thing, but keep it concealed. So in my mind, already we have a different customer here, right? This customer is perhaps maybe more concerned with keeping a very neat aesthetic, very minimalist working environment. This speaks to me as an entrepreneur where I want as few distractions as possible. And then we have this seller here, boom, which is really just for iPad, notepads, note-taking. How can we take those 3 and create a better product out of those 3 is what I would have asked 3 years ago, right? Don't just look at your competitors and try and make some new weird hybrid version of your competitors and sell that. That isn't using customer data. That's not using customer pain points. That's not thinking about your customer and valuing their opinion. That's just you looking at the market and making a 2-second snap judgment. I literally snapped, I didn't even mean that pun, about what you're going to change. That's the wrong approach. The way that you build a $1,000 per day new product in a space like this is, well, for instance, does anyone do it? No. So already the whole video is pretty much ruined because no one makes $30,000 per month, so you probably can't do it either. However, when you go into a marketplace that's slightly bigger than this, right? Let's assume that this is 42,000, and this is 29,000, and this is 43,000, and this is 60,000. You can grow a $30,000 per month listing there. Ergo, you can have a $1,000 a day listing there. So that's really just market size. But the principles that are underlying how to grow that are the same. And that starts with knowing exactly who your customer is. So don't just build the product, build it for someone. How could you possibly make something better or create a better design if you have no one in mind for who's going to be using it? Better by what standard, right? That's too arbitrary of a change to just say it's better. We added things. That doesn't mean anything, right? So you have to assign value to it based on who's going to be using it and quantify how much more efficient they'll be from using your organizer. Okay, so my idea for the brand here, feel free to use this, is you go into kind of like a bamboo organizational brand or a wooden organizational brand for entrepreneurs, for customer service agents, for a specific group. You pick the group that's big enough to sustain the amount of sales that you would need, that are enthusiastic about organizing their workspace, and then make it specifically for them. Now, I would encourage you to take it a step further and see if there's anything that you can figure out about your customer before you dig into building this brand. One thing that I like to do is start with Google Trends and figure out what the customer might be typing that is interested in the line of products that you're creating. So something like home office, right? I have a really good video right here somewhere about how to use Google Trends to figure out if your market size is the proper size to grow a 7-figure brand in that space, because we don't have any perspective here. So if I were to put like beekeeping here, now all of a sudden there's a comparison and there's perspective. So we can see how big home office is compared to beekeeping. It's massive. It's actually way too big. Beekeeping serves as a good proxy for how big a market should be. Another one is leadership skills and orchid care. We go into that more in that video that I just referred to above. Another great strategy would be to head over to Instagram and figure out if there are already any pages that have grown an audience successfully in your space. If not, there's probably a reason for that. So if we went to like organization, so 8,000 followers surrounding the idea of just getting organized, right? There's products here, there's bins, there's bamboo organizers, right? So that serves as a good example of the fact that this could work as an idea. There's already someone with almost 10,000 followers consistently posting content that's valuable to the audience that you're looking to sell your product to. Hopefully I gave you some food for thought over the course of this video. What you really want to do, to recap, is figure out who your customer is. Use Black Box by Helium 10 to zone in on a specific product that they're looking for that already has search volume. Go analyze the competitors and see what the top sellers are doing and get familiar with how much sellers are making in that market to see if there is enough consumer demand currently We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We want something to already have an existing market. We're not trying to spend all of our money on customer education and creating a new product entirely. We do want to create a new product, but we want that product to have a home where it already feels comfortable. And then lastly, we're going to gain customer insight using Google Trends and Instagram to figure out if people already have successfully created audiences in those spaces. Really quickly, before we wrap up the video, I did just want to remind you guys that I have personally set a goal of helping 100 students hit $100,000 per year in sales, starting an online brand. So if you want to become one of my students and work with me one-on-one, I have limited spots and I can only help so many people. But something I actually love doing is getting on Zoom calls with people, giving them my thoughts about what I would do if I was in their situation with their business. And maybe you haven't even started a business yet and you just know that you want to be an entrepreneur, you know you want to own your own brand. That's cool too. I've worked with people from all levels, and I've even, helped people grow brands that have been sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So with that being said, we are going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Be sure to subscribe and like down below if you haven't already. It helps me out so much. Really trying to grow here on YouTube, and I always try and do my best to provide you with valuable content. So I'd appreciate if you could do that for me. With that being said, I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Later.